You're watching the Football Radio Show. We're not the suits that talk football. We're the dudes that know football. Here's your hosts, Casey and Dave.
Hey, thanks everybody. All right, welcome to the Football Radio Show. I'm Casey Mallon.
I'm Dave Hewitt.
And we're about to recap Week 3 day. Let's get this thing started. The Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Not a shock that the Ravens won, but in the fashion that they got it done. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, 30-9 victory for the Ravens in this one. Big touchdown return from Tandon Das. And no Ray Rice in this game, no problem. Bernard Pierce gets it done, scores a touchdown of his own.
Yeah, they score one on defense, too. Great defense and special teams for the Ravens.
Okay, moving along. It's the Cleveland Browns taking care of business, surprisingly, over the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 31-27. Casey.
Dude, it looked all doom and gloom in the middle of the week. They traded Trent Richardson to the Colts. They're starting Hoyer, their third-string quarterback. It's going to be terrible outcome for the Browns. Wrong. They win this thing. Dude, Jordan Cameron, awesome 3 touchdowns. Hoyer looked great, and they didn't really miss Trent Richardson in this one.
No, not at all. They took care of business on the ground. Bunaya running the ball, too. It's a very surprising victory for the Browns.
Yeah, impressive win. Good on you, Cleveland. Everybody there, you guys deserve this win. All right, moving on, Dave. This is going to be a little brutal one. I hate to bring it back up, but the Chargers at the Titans. San Diego loses this game 20-17. Jake Locker was awesome, though.
Yeah, start off with Jake Locker. He deserves a lot of credit. He had a really excellent game running and passing, moving the chains with his legs. Really got the team started with like a 40-yard run early in that game and moved the chains with his legs, but also just as accurate as I've ever seen him play. And he got the game winner there at the end. Little push-off. Don't want to get too nitpicky there, but really an excellent game by Titans. Excellent game by Rivers. Just goes by the wayside, though, unfortunately.
Brutal loss.
Brutal. Okay, moving right along, Casey. Up next, it was the Green Bay Packers at the Cincinnati Bengals. An excellent football game. This one's won by the Bengals by a score of 34-30.
Yeah, since he jumped out 14-0 right away, and then Green Bay scored the next 30 points.
Yeah.
And then since he got the lead again, and this was just a sloppy game. Lots of mistakes by Aaron Rodgers, shockingly. And, man, Jonathan Franklin looked like he was going to be the dude there. Had a lot of good, but had some bad late. Right now, we're going to go ahead and roll it to our resident expert on the Green Bay Packers, John.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hey, there he is.
How you doing? Good. I'm a little sad. I thought that what was interesting is that the Bengals really seemed to scheme against the Packers and batted down a lot of balls at the end of the game. And I thought they knew that the Pack would try and chip away short passes, so they batted down a lot of balls. And that's not good for anybody. But my fantasy team kicked ass today.
All right.
Well, we might get to that a little bit later.
That is a heck of a Bengals defense.
Yeah, you know what? Early in this game, Jermichael Finley got targeted. Clearly got the forearm to the head. No flag on that. It's like if we're protecting players, that seemed like an obvious one to me. He gets up wobbly. Hopefully he's going to be okay, but great win by the Cincinnati Bengals in that one. All right, moving on, Dave. This game, this was maybe the ugliest game of the week.
Yeah.
The New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers. This was all Panthers, 38-0.
Yeah, I thought the Giants had hit. I thought the Giants had hit rock bottom last week, and they were going to respond with an excellent performance. I was woefully mistaken as they came out and laid a major turd on this one. The Panthers get it going. Newton with a real good game, 3 TDs. D'Angelo Williams also really a nice game, over 100 yards, and Brandon LaFell, surprisingly, 2 touchdowns as well.
We talked about them needing to find the other guy besides Steve Smith.
Yeah, we
Mike, do we have any Giant commentary back there?
No.
No.
All right, resident Giant expert. They're not commenting. Okay, up next is the St. Louis Rams at the Dallas Cowboys. This was another less competitive game of the weekend, one of the least competitive, as the Cowboys take care of business at home in this one, 31-7.
Yeah, this was all Cowboys. They came out, they really wanted to establish the run, and they did that. DeMarco Murray was awesome, 175 yards, and they really finished some drives with touchdowns, and that defense was great. Sam Bradford hadn't been sacked on the year. The Cowboys got 6 sacks in this game, and that was really it. It was all the pressure the Cowboys got. Nice game that I didn't have to stress out about. Sitting at 2-1, that's pretty good. I'll take it.
Romo, 3 scores too. I mean, Romo on track, really doing a good job.
Awesome win. All right, moving on. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New England Patriots, and this was an ugly game too. The Patriots win 23-7. You knew Tom Brady was going to get it going eventually, and today was decent. Step in the right direction.
Well, I mean, they're 3-0, but they were an ugly 2-0 going into this one. And the Buccaneers could have been 2-0 or 1-1, but they were 0-2. They end up 0-3 here. That's a bad situation. But Tompkins, the receiver, finally steps up. Brady was very frustrated with his guys. Not the case today. He had a good performance, 2 touchdowns. And then Josh Freeman continues to struggle. The situation there gets worse as he throws under 50% passing today, and also a pick. So
not good.
Not good. All right, up next, it's the Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints take this one by a score of 31-7. Also, a pretty lopsided victory for the Saints.
Yeah, I thought this would be a way more competitive game, and it never really was. It was 7-7 for a while. Then Saints just pulled away. And dude, Jimmy Graham right now, he is destroying the league. 9 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the Breezer was awesome in this game, too.
As always. And Palmer comes up with 2 picks, unfortunately. But real quick on the other side, got to mention the Honey Badger.
Dude,
guy seems to make a play in every game.
Everywhere, man.
Every game. Not enough today, though.
All right, moving on. It was the Detroit Lions at the Washington Redskins. Detroit wins this game 27-20, drops the Skins to 0-3. This was a great game, too.
Yeah, this was a great football game. I mean, it was anybody's game, basically, but Stafford with 385 yards and 2 touchdowns. Burleson, Megatron, each with over 100 yards receiving. Calvin Johnson with a touchdown of his own, and Washington drops to 0-3.
Sorry, Skins.
Yikes. Sorry about that, Skins. Oh, now up next, it is the Atlanta Falcons at the Miami Dolphins. Miami wins this one in a very exciting fashion by a score of 27-23, Casey.
Yeah, this was a great game. It went back and forth quite a bit, and I was so impressed with Tannehill in that final drive when the Dolphins were down. He ate up a bunch of time in the fourth quarter, was just sharp, converted a lot of third downs, and then just dumped the game winner down there to Sims. It was a beautiful pass.
Yeah, it was.
Dolphins 3-0, man.
Yeah.
Awesome game.
Shocking. And Atlanta had a chance late in that game. Looked like they could conceivably drive, score a touchdown, and kind of finish the deal. Left the door open, and obviously the Dolphins kicked in.
All right. It was the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. The Jets win this thing 27-20. This game had moments. We anticipated it being a pretty ugly game, but there was some good mixed in there. Finally starting to see a little life out of that Jets offense.
Yeah, definitely a little life out of that Jets offense. I mean, Smith over 300 yards passing. Bilal Powell almost 150 yards on the ground. The Jets managed to overcome, I think it was around 20 penalties here. They were working on the penalty record. And they kept the Bills in it as a result of so many penalties. And E.J. Manuel with a nice game. But not enough. This was a close one, and the Jets squeak out the victory.
2-1 Jets. Wow.
Impressive. Okay, up next is the Indianapolis Colts at the San Francisco 49ers. This one was surprising, Casey. I think a lot of us thought that the Colts would go into San Francisco and find that they were outmatched, they were out-physical. Not the case. They were the more physical team today, and they really put it to the 49ers.
Yeah, they bullied the bully, and this game was one of probably the biggest surprise out all weekend for me. I thought after the Seattle game with the Niners last week, and they would come back and they would look great, but they didn't. Now that's 2 weeks in a row that offense hasn't been going, and Kaepernick hasn't really played all that well. And you're right, dude. The Colts were so physical in this game. Trent Richardson got a touchdown but didn't do much, but Bradshaw looked awesome there, and it looks like the Colts are definitely going to have a...
And the defense from the Colts, the way they really swarmed, they were the physical team that really mauled Kaepernick and that physical 49ers offense. I mean, it was very impressive what happened today.
Great Colt win on the road. And next up was the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Seattle Seahawks. Dude, and this was all Seattle. Russell Wilson was awesome. He had 4 touchdowns and 200 yards, and just a domination by the Seahawks.
Sidney Rice, 2 touchdowns. Zach Miller, 2 touchdowns. I'm pained by the Sidney Rice touchdown, Bob, and your fantasy squad. But yeah, this was not a surprise at all. This was the most predictable game of the weekend. It came out exactly as anticipated. Seahawks in an utter domination.
Yeah, well, actually more than that 20-point.
Right, they handled that.
Yeah, 45-17. Seahawks, impressive, man. 3-0.
Very impressive.
All right, that's going to do it for the Week 3 recaps. But don't worry, we have more Football Radio Show right over at footballradioshow.com. And if you haven't liked us on Facebook yet, go ahead and do that.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at FootballRS.
And remember, we're not the suits that talk football.
We're the dudes that know football.
I'm Casey.
I'm Dave.
Have a great hair day.
Redskins suck.